Can't see your name, Facebook user, but hello, hello. Right, I've got 13 on. I'm going a quick video. I'm outside the Victoria Hotel in Hollins. Now, Arut Shah, the council leader, has made a statement on refugees and asylum seekers. But what they don't tell you, just like any other human beings, these people commit criminal acts. How do I know that? Altonia Scania cut the throat of a 7-year-old Emily Jones in Bolton 2 years ago. The Reading murderer, another failed asylum seeker who lied and was a criminal, stabbed 3 people at Reading. Scotland, we've had them from all over the country, these incidents, and now the paedophile hunters are catching guys who've been in the country just a couple of months trying to nonce our kids. Victoria Hotel, we've got Afghans and asylum seekers. Just say, you're not on the camera, but just say. So, what did you say, Andy?
They cancelled our work too and said it out to refurbishment. So we've got the letters at work.
But it's not, there's Afghans in them.
Yeah, and asylum, it's all refugees. But they said that our work's supposed to be on Friday, the 3rd of December. But he sent an email out only last Friday to say it's down to a refurbishment we're doing. Honestly, we work at service care as well.
Right, yeah.
Don't, man.
Thank you. I will do. Thank you.
What's the channel?
John Lawrence. My name is on YouTube and Facebook. So, a guy who works local, his work's due's been cancelled and is saying it's because of refurbishment. It might be refurbishment, but Oldham Council and Arut Shah have come out and said that there is asylum seekers here. Else to commit crimes and stuff like that. So we've got asylum seeker who slit Emily Jones's throat, 7-year-old. We've got an failed asylum seeker who stabbed 3 people in Reading. This is never mentioned off the lefties. It's never mentioned. Besides the difference in culture of these people who are coming here, misogyny is high in their list. The paedophile hunters have caught dozens of people lately who've only been in the country a couple of months and stuff like that. So why doesn't Oldham Council website say anything about that on why don't she say anything about that on her post? Why don't she mention that? Why don't you mention that local schools are now under threat of people eyeing up the kids and stuff like that at local schools? No, it's not mentioned. It's happened in Bolton. It's happened in a few places across Greater Manchester. It is an absolute disgrace. An absolute disgrace. These people aren't wanted. And a lot of them are only coming here for the benefits of getting the free stuff. And what happens, they'll come here and then they'll go back to their country and keep passing forward. We're not having that. You have one citizenship, you either have British or none at all. So if you've got dual citizenship, in my party, you will give up one of the citizenships and become whatever. So if you've got a British and Pakistani passport, you've got to have just one of them. We're not having this. And let's look at David Ames, who was killed, Conservative member. His dad was a refugee who lives in Somalia now and has got property over here. What's going on? What's going on? How much do we care about the English people, the British people, if that's going on? Further to go on, these people hate us. These people hate us for whatever reason, for wars, whatever. They hate us. They're murdering us, they're stabbing us, and they're doing everything. Yes, guys. Yes, drone. I'm not going in because it'll just end up a fucking fight or a kick-off and I'll get arrested. But I just wanted to come by and let you know what Arut Shah's not telling you. She's not telling you that these people are dangerous. We don't know anything about them. We don't know if they're sex offenders. We don't know if they're criminals. And we're just inviting them in. Refugees and asylum seekers are not all nice people. The majority of them despise our Western culture for whatever reason. And they'll come over here and murder us. So I'm at the Victoria Hotel, Manchester. And as you heard, a guy walked past, his works do's been cancelled due to refurbishment. I don't see anything being refurbished. I don't see many kinds of work vans or anything like that. And there's a lot of cars in the car park saying that. So what's going on? What is going on? It's a disgrace. An absolute disgrace. Anyway, Big John's here. I'm at the Victoria L on Victoria Hotel on Hollins Avenue. I am actually taking my bike home, which is here. It's got a popped wheel, so I've got to push it all the way back to Oldham. So I'm going to hang up now, but I just thought I'd come to the hotel and tell you that asylum seekers aren't all nice people. Lots of them are criminals, murderers, rapists. 7-year-old Emily Jones, throat cut by Antonia Scania, failed asylum seeker who lied and had a throat cut. Nothing ever said about that. The Reading murderer, another criminal asylum seeker, multiple offences, killed, stabbed 3 people to death. And then there was a girl killed a couple of years ago. Cox, her name might mean Joanne Cox or something like that. But and her body was chopped up by a failed asylum seeker refugee. They're the fucking criminals. We don't want them here. We don't want them here. I'll tell that to the council. I'll ask them what do they think about criminal activity within these people and what they're up to and all that. I'll ask them when I get the chance. But we don't want them here. Don't listen to the mainstream bullshit. I'll be posting this video on a Root Shars and Oldham Council's Twitter page. And I'll be going on Twitter, everything. But they're murdering us. And no one gives a shit. If we're accepting 1,000 people into this country and one commits a crime, that's not good enough for me. I don't want any of them committing crime. They're supposed to be nice people. They're not nice people. They're ripping us off. They're sucking our benefits up. There's been multiple cases of them just draining our benefits. The Manchester Arena bomber, mum was still claiming benefits while she was living back in Libya. Fact. If you don't believe me, go and look at the... Go and Google up and look at mainstream news. That's what they said. So she was still claiming benefits while she was living back in Libya. It's a fucking joke. It's an absolute joke. We're not standing. My party is going to be hardcore on asylum seekers and refugees. We're not going to have any. That's what it is. We're not going to fucking have any at all. If I had my say. I mean, Greater Manchester gets the most. Greater Manchester, Andy Burnham said this, we have the most asylum seekers coming to anywhere in the country and coming to Greater Manchester. It's been mentioned many times. And again, we don't know half these people. Emily Jones's murderer, failed asylum seeker, cut a 7-year-old's throat. The Reading murderer, stabbed 3 people, another failed one. There was a guy in Scotland who stabbed a load of people saying he had mental health or he was been done in because he was in a hotel. We don't want him here. We don't want him here. And I think that's a majority of the people in the UK. And you don't have to be white to agree with me. There's black people agreeing with this. There's black people saying how nasty these people are towards black people of African and Jamaican descent. There's a woman on Twitter that went viral the other week. Her son's a chef, and he's been abused verbally and physically by the people he's cooking food for. And he hasn't done nothing. He hasn't done it. These people are evil. And we don't need them in our country. They're horrible. I don't want to hear anything about all the elders over there. The Manchester Arena bombers family were in the same position. They give the government some help. However, they give the government some help. So we'll let them over here. They've had 5 kids and 2 of them have blown 22 people up. These people are no good for us, ladies and gentlemen. They're not on our side. The sooner we get that, the better we will be. Big John here, and I'm reporting off, and I'm off. Thank you very much.